It's time to get football and the Final Four underway on RSC. We'll have the final game of the season here tonight on RSC. For us for this year at least, I cannot speak today, but it's the Final Four. It's Boise and Atlanta. My name is TK Mitch, joined alongside CSX for tonight. The Final Four, number 5 Boise sitting at 9-3 on the year versus the number 2 Atlanta and Dreams, who've won the past 2 of 3 Legendary Bowls. They missed it last year, but they're looking to return this year. Joined alongside CSX tonight. What's your opinions going on into this game?
Should be a good one. We got the 5 versus 2, but whoever wins this game tonight, they got to face Indianapolis, which I think is the hottest team right now. So whoever wins this game better be ready for the LFG Bowl on Ruby Sports Network, because that is going to be a good game. Indianapolis defense is hot. Beyond Indianapolis, though, I think we have a good one tonight. Coming off for Boise, I'm pretty sure they got a buzzer beater win. That's an overtime at the buzzer with a field goal, basketball term right there. Won by 3. That was a pretty good game. On the other side for Atlanta, pretty sure they won by 7.
Very fast start already. We're already underway. Not that much time for them to get set. Out of bounds on the first play with a gain of 9. Second down and 6. It is Dreams to start off with the ball. Gonna fire short underneath. Caught for a gain of 10.
So we're going to see short check downs to start.
That is a 9-yard gain. Another kind of short check down. Second down and 6. Looking left and gonna roll. Has a man wide open on the sideline. He gets the feet in before he's out of bounds with a 23-yard gain.
Gonna be a long day if that's not covered. They can easily abuse those sides and find a man wide open. Nice pass.
Fire short. Got gain of 8. Another short route. CSX Atlanta moving on their first drive. Dreams looking to throw. Boise showed 3 on the line. They drop out 1. Gain of 5.
I like how Atlanta's moving here. They're going to just finding the open receiver. Third down is short, though. We'll see how they'll do here.
That is cut on a gain of 3 and a first down. Remember, to viewers, you can do the poll. I'm not sure if they set it up to where you can win anything, but do the poll that I was just told to tell y'all to do. So first down and goal. Dreams lobbing into the end zone. Has a man, and he's got him for an Atlanta touchdown on their first drive.
That's such a risky ball to throw. It's just a little weak pass. What a catch, though, by that receiver in that back corner of the end zone. Kind of mosses him, I'm not even going to lie. Nice drive for Atlanta.
PAT, the tack on and finished the drive, and it is right down Broadway. $7-0 Atlanta after the first drive. Boise will have their first crack at it, and it'll be Falcon and his offense.
I'm interested to see how this offense moves. Probably going to see a similar type of drive that we'll see from Atlanta.
7-0. This will be Falcon in his first drive. Caught. He's going to get back up and just take a knee and be tame with this 12-yard gain. Second down and 3. I don't think I can give a score prediction. That's a little biased. I can't do that. That is caught and an 8-yard gain and a first down.
I'll give one.
42-41. Oh, like a score prediction? I can give a score prediction, but I'm not going to say who I think will win. That's cut on the sideline, but popped. I think it will be kind of high scoring. I think we're going to have a 38-32 game. I think that's how it's going to go. Second down and 15. Looking Falcon fires middle of the field. Dangerous pass, and it's intercepted.
That's an overthrow right there. Got the free safety range and back. I mean, quarterback's got to make that throw. He's wide open. That's just a miss. Not a throw you want to make right now, though.
I do got to fix the timeouts here in a second. That was tipped at the line and incomplete.
I threw it right into his hands. I was going to say, kind of lucky that wasn't intercepted. He threw that ball right into him.
Looking, Dreams, fire, short, cut, third down upcoming. CSX, a third down in your own territory. I don't think if you don't get this, then you don't go for it. Third down and 5. 2 minutes left in the first quarter. Dreams from his own end zone. He's going to fire short. They're going to have the first down easily. Oh, the ball is free. Boise has it. Oh, they're going to say no.
I think it was down. His knee was down.
Could have been an amazing play for Boise. They're going to say no on the fumble, and it'll be first down and 15. That heels down. And the next play, Atlanta's going to take a shot downfield, but no one will be home.
That's a crazy sequence of events. First deep shot of the game, kind of misses him. Defender right on his back, though. Probably not the worst thing. It's an overthrow.
5-yard gain and a third down and long upcoming.
Wonder if they find the sidelines again. Someone along the sidelines.
Let's see what they'll do. They're going to try to find a sideline route. He's out of bounds. He will be short, though. Fourth down and 2. And they're going to go.
I like this decision here.
Dreams going to look to throw. On 4th and 1 in their own territory. It's 10. Man open downfield. He could not find him, though. And Boise will take over on downs.
As much as I like the decision to go for it, I don't like the decision to run back a million yards. But come on, I mean, he is wide open. That's another miss. 2 on the drive.
Looking, fires, comeback route, open at the 20 and a first down.
Should have been a sack. I mean, he had him right there. Good throw nonetheless.
Boise, after an interception on their last drive, they get lucky with the 4th down stop, and they're driving to tie the game. Falcon looking, pressured all the way back to his own 40 before he finally gets one off into the back of the end zone. It is caught! Somehow, some way, it's the right way for Boise.
All right, yeah. Yeah, that guy got mossed. It's a one-on-one corner of the end zone. Maybe a little lead on the back shoulder, but I mean, he went for the swat and missed it. That's a head top. Got a tie ball game.
PAT ties us at 7 apiece with 31 seconds in the first quarter, so the 4th down stop comes up big for Boise, and they're able to tie us. And that's a kickoff return. It'll only get out to the 15.
All right, we got to thank Caden. 5-4-2-1 for 2 bits.
I can't lie, I did not see the bits, or I would have shouted them out. That is cut along the sideline. And Atlanta's getting their drive off early.
Got to make some better throws after that last drive.
First down and 15, 10 seconds here in the first. That is cut. That could be our final play of the first, unless Atlanta really wants to get another one off. That'll bring us to the end of the first quarter. We're tied at 7 apiece. Fresh 5 to play. Both teams have made mistakes, and they both scored a touchdown today. Gonna fire, wide open. He stopped running because I think he saw was overthrown.
Oh, he's got to hit that pass. He's 0 for 3 actually now. Got to find your receivers, man. Come on.
Third down and 8 now. Gonna fire, out route, caught. Makes one man miss down the sideline, trying to get another block inside the 30 with a 25-yard gain.
It's a good recovery after missing the wide open guy. Make a first down completion.
The lights are bright here in Auburn for the Final Four. That's cut. Chuck down, 8-yard gain. Second down and 7. Looking. Dreams. Rolling left. Trying just to find something middle of the field if he wanted it. Did not go that way. LOS pass for a no gain and a 3rd down.
It's such a risky pass. You got a defensive back coming right in. Almost an INT.
3rd down and 7. We've played a minute in the second. Dreams gonna run. Has the 1st down and it's 1st and goal.
It's a good play right there. Not defense not expecting the run.
First down and goal. It's going to be a long 1st down and goal. It's all the way from the 12, CSX, so they cannot run it. Oh my, he missed another pass.
If Atlanta loses this game, go back to the last 3 drives, and on those missed throws, it's going to be that.
He's overthrown 4 wide open touchdown passes back at the end zone, and it's in the stands again.
He just can't find the receiver.
3rd and goal, swatted and incomplete. 4th and goal upcoming. And they're going to be smart and take the points.
Oh my.
Oh my.
That was a... No, he just... Oh my goodness. What a terrible drive for Atlanta. That might be the worst sequence I've ever... So he misses about 4 passes that could have been touchdowns. That was a chip shot field goal that the average player can make, and he missed it wide left. I mean, if you're Atlanta, you got to forget about that, Jordan. That was a... I guess they are nervous. This is the Final Four. We got a tie game at 7.
We did have a play clock. That's the reason for the stop. There we go. We got that graphic working. Good thing for the stop, so we could get that working. Let's open chat and see what's going on. Looks like Falcon and his team just have to get some of his players set is the reason for the play clock. Winner of this will take on Indy, the Cinderella run. It is the month of March, and there was some madness. They played dangerous pass. That's caught for a gain of 9.
Nearly picked. Maybe if he's able to jump to the side, might be an INT right there.
2nd down and 6, 3:15. Here in the second. We played halfway. Here in the second quarter. Middle of the field. He did not overthrow it that time. 1st down. All the way into Atlanta territory.
Such a good throw. It's such a tight pass. Got 4 defenders coming in the area. 3 perfectly placed.
Swatted and incomplete. .251 here in the second. 2nd down. Finds a man and has the 1st down.
Nice play. He steps up to the line of scrimmage. Pulls number 24 of Atlanta off. Leaves the open man for a 1st down. Nice play.
7-7. Boise trying to break the tie. They get the ball coming out the half. Back of the end zone. In the stands. Second down and 15 for Falcon. Looking. Pressure right in his face. He's just going to have to dump it off. And gets a decent gain out of that for 9. CSX 3rd down. Atlanta kind of needs a stop right here, it feels like.
This is 4 down territory. Two chances. I don't see Boise kicking a field goal here.
3rd down and 6. Wide open. What a swap, though. The defender recovers.
Let's see. This would be a huge stop for Atlanta. That pretty much forgets the last drive. If they can get a stop right here.
4th down and 6 for Boise and Falcon. 5 on the play clock before they finally get it off. Looking. Atlanta needs a stop. With how their offense has been playing, fires, blow pass, but it's still caught! These Boise receivers are doing everything!
I have no idea what that was, but both defenders jumped so early, and this guy just jumps into the air and snags that thing and dives backward into the end zone. That is the luckiest touchdown you will ever see.
Low liner hooks it right.
That should have easily been a swat or something, but both defenders not on the same page. They jump extremely early.
This kickoff will be returnable from the 5. He's going to go towards the right side, get across the 20, the 25, has some blocks down the sideline, across the 35 before he's pushed out of bounds. He almost took that return past the 40. So Dreams, he's going to have to lock in. He's had a terrible game so far, 6-yard gain. CSX, when we called the Indianapolis-San Fran game the other day, it really felt like they went for the check down game. Atlanta has seen the opportunities downfield, but Dreams just hasn't been on his game. I think it's time for them to have an offensive shift and kind of go to the check downs.
Yeah, his quarterback, Dream, his intermediate passing and short passing has been really good, but he has not found the deep ball tonight. There has been many instances where he has an open receiver, easy one-play touchdown, but he just can't find them, and drives lead nothing. That's why they only have 7 points on the scoreboard.
3rd down and 4. He's going to need a pickup on this one. Out route. DB could not jump it. Trying to get the sideline. He'll just take a knee before the 35. 1 minute warning. Dreams looking from midfield. Fires. Caught. Kevin. 6-yard gain. I like the game plan right here, CSX by Atlanta. They're taking the clock down. They're going to try to score, hit the extra point unlike Boise, and maybe take a 1-point lead into the half.
That was a zone coverage right there by Boise. It's leaving. I mean, they're playing zone, leaving everything open. 98, top right.
Looking, Dreams, fires short again. That's caught, 6-yard gain. Probably going to see a timeout here any second. No, they're going to let the clock keep going. I guess they're going to get it hiked pretty fast. 10 seconds left in the half. Gonna lob into the end zone. Incomplete. Time for one final play.
Took too much time. Maybe not. Maybe they score here.
Caught. Gonna have to use the timeout. They do. They get it off, so...
See. Maybe a quick throw. Maybe inside here.
From the 3, with 3 seconds left, 1st down and goal. It feels like Atlanta needs a touchdown right here to at least have some momentum going in the half with how Dreams has been playing. Oh, what a terrible play. There's a second left, though.
I don't know what that was. Maybe a screen batted down last play of the half.
This will officially be the last play of the half, and Atlanta will use the timeout.
I mean, I would just... The quick throw has worked. Don't throw this ball up into the air. Just go on a quick bullet pass. I mean, it's worked this entire drive. And your quarterback has shown he can't throw the ball.
Oh, he has a wide open lane! The ball is free, but recovered for a touchdown!
That also works. Simple play. Each rusher comes on the outside of the hash marks. Maybe a solid block on the inside.
Oh, no good!
Oh,
so we're
my.
going to have a tie game going into the half!
What is going on? Like I was saying, that was probably a good block. Leaves the wide open middle rushing touchdown.
CSX, we've played one half. I did spell Boise wrong. How the heck does that happen?
The only thing I'm saying right now is these teams better be ready for when they play. Whoever wins better be ready for Indianapolis because I just think these teams don't look good right now. I mean, you can maybe lock in your pick right now. I don't know. These teams just don't look. I mean, the second half has a lot to show. It's just these offenses are just so dull. I mean, they've been able to throw 5-yard, 10-yard checkdowns, but besides that, beyond a few big strikes for 40 yards, it's kind of just been a quiet night on offense. I mean, nothing explosive.
Immediately, first pass is a check down caught by X Factor. Or not really a check down, but a very fast pass caught for 14.
Here's how this is going to work. Each of these teams are most likely going to drive inside of the 30 or 20 of the opponent's 30 or 20. I think the question now will be, can these teams convert?
Oh my, he's lagging. He didn't jump. He's lagging over there. They actually have two players lagging.
Two guys lagging right now. You play clock timeout. Everyone just crashed. And now they're gone. That is it. But rather, like I was saying, if these teams, whoever gets inside the red zone, the question is who can score? Because I just think these teams have just not been effective tonight inside the red zone.
Dreams, it's felt like, has had 4 wide open touchdown passes and has not capitalized. CSX. Winner of this will take on Bloop and Indianapolis in the Legendary Bowl 51. Dreams is super cold right now. 0 for 4 on the deep ball, or this game could be totally different. Kind of some dead space right here as Boise gets their players back in. They had 2 players crash at the exact same time, but we're back underway with football. 3rd down and 1. Fires down the sideline. What a tip, and it's incomplete, but a challenge for an angle.
I mean, rules analyst.
Yeah, well, I'm waiting for someone in chat to give their opinion. Sure, they're probably waiting to say if they accept or decline, because they're challenging a angle. I'm more than sure. Yeah, should be.
It kind of looked like that's just a underthrown ball. I kind of like the call.
Yeah, I don't think it was an angle. Looking, I have the replay up. I don't think that should be. We did have someone say it's an angle, but we have others saying it's not.
We had someone. This has been a slow start to the second half here.
Atlanta will accept. So they're going to say it's an angle. They will.
See, I disagree with that call. I mean, I just don't. That's just a pretty poor ball. Underthrown him. Here we go, though. I mean, perfect field position. I gotta see what can Boise do out of this.
Falcon on his first drive of the half. The back defender who was on him fell, trying to get the sideline. He'll have a first down. What an effort play to dive and get that first down from the 35 of Atlanta now. Big hit, but he was down. 13-yard gain.
They're moving. This is the question, though. Can they score?
1 minute gone by in the third.
Apologies. Can they score now? Now that you're deep in Atlanta territory. Don't want to settle for a field goal here. This has got to be, in my opinion, touchdown drive here.
Gonna lob one into the end zone. Head top catch again. Touchdown, Boise.
Wow, it's been in that corner of that end zone. It has just been domination. Second one we've seen tonight. Over the top, one-on-one on that outside. Touchdown, Boise.
And finally, finally a PAT is actually good.
Now, this is where Dream in Atlanta is going to prove to see if this team is worthy of going to the Legendary Bowl. You're midway through the second half. You're not playing good, but you're only losing by 7. This is where a good quarterback will drive their team right down the field and tie this game up at 20.
Let's see, Dreams, his first play of the new drive, first play of his second half. Already throws one dangerously, but he's got a lane down the sideline. One man to beat, trying to get there, he will not. But a 54-yard gain inside the 25.
What a start. Perfect start to the drive.
Looking, Dreams, what a first play. He's got to capitalize on the drive. Back end zone, incomplete.
I mean, I think I put some credit on this defense for Boise because they are playing solid defense, which is causing these overthrows.
16-yard gain, a generous spot, it felt like. First down and goal. CSX, it felt like Atlanta has been good responding so far, but they got to punch it in right here. Dreams, 3-man rush, wide open, oh my!
You gotta find him. I mean, there's no one really close to him. That should be a touchdown right there.
Another bad pass by Dreams when he had a man in the end zone. Looking, fires, same corner, overthrown again. He's not giving his receiver a chance.
You need a quick pass. Nothing to the corner, quick pass over the middle. That is what will work out for Dream.
Third down and goal, rolling right. This time, gonna fire, out route. He beats his man, and he dives in. Touchdown, Atlanta, a PAT away from the tie.
So what we can see, Dream can throw the ball when he's only throwing it 3 yards. If that works, that's fine. Keep doing that. They better make this extra point.
Donatus
Missed his last extra point.
Donatus at 20 a pop. Oh, no! Did not get it!
He missed it. Unbelievable.
The kickers strike again, so Boise will have a 1-point lead because of the missed PAT. Falcon back on offense for Boise. Looking, middle of the field. A great 2-man rush. Gonna have to fire. Wide open is X Factor at midfield. Trying to get the sideline before he's a big hit. But he has a 32-yard gain and hangs on to the football.
Great response.
First down and 15 for Falcon. Gonna fire. Downfield. Man on a burn. Could not get him. 2:11 left in the third. Boise can extend their lead to 8 on this drive. Looking. Falcon wanted to go right, goes back left, fires downfield. Man was down there, and he makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Boise.
These defenders vaulted again. Another great grab right over defender. It has not been a good night for Atlanta.
PAT, no good!
Oh my goodness. He missed. This is unbelievable. The
7-point game. When does it get to a point where it's like, can we go for a 2-point conversion instead of kicking? CSX, you want to know another thing that I think could have contributed to these kickers? I don't know if I don't know if this is the main reason, but that new kick meter they added could be possibly playing effect on these kickers. Under 2 minutes in the third. Dreams fires sideline, and it hit the Gatorade boy on the sideline.
I just want to mention, someone in chat earlier said this game will end on a missed field goal. Someone said that. Keep that in mind.
2nd down and 15. That is caught over the middle. 10-yard gain makes it 3rd down and manageable.
With a short pass. Nothing, the defender's kind of pressing up here.
Boise showed 3 on the line like they like to do. Dreams will drop all the way back to his own 5. He's going to take a shot downfield. Man down there. And he got it. Oh, no.
You got to know where you're at on the football field. Not a play to dive out of bounds. This is insane.
Dreams finally hit a pass, but his receiver dove for some reason. 4th down and 5. He'll just get the 1st down next play. And with how the luck's been for Atlanta, smartly just going to get down.
I like if Boise would press up. I think that perfectly worked. I know they got beat over the top. But
what a grab along the sideline.
Right now, these receivers for Atlanta and their quarterback Dream are not proven to catch a long ball. They can only catch short. If you're able to cover the short, I believe you're going to win this game right now.
11-yard gain, 2nd down and short. Dreams, I would say take another deep shot right here, but with how the deep ball's been working, you can't. I don't feel like you're comfortable. You need to keep working the short game. Instead, he's going to go to the end zone again. Incomplete again.
They're pressing up again. 3rd and 4.
Watch for that left side. That's where they targeted last time. He connected, but the receiver dove on accident. Did not find where he was at on the football field. Like you said. They got to find it. Got to fire. End zone again. Same dude. But it's overthrown and 4th down.
Short pass. They're pressing up again.
4th down and 4. Looking. Out route. Caught. 1st down. 1st and goal inside the 10.
Nice catch. Defender right in his face. Stays calm, makes the catch, gets more yards. And they're gonna take this down to the 4th quarter. So they can get the 4th and 25 if they
miss the kick.
Get a field goal or, of course, miss the kick. This is crazy. You don't have the confidence in your kicker right now to make a PAT. So you're going to say this. That is how this game has been.
CSX, it's been a game that I feel like will come down the kickers. He finally hits a ball in the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta.
The defender kind of backs off at the last second. I don't know why. He moves forward. He was on him. Left him open. And then, I mean, he has not made...
CSX, here we go. Blocked!
Oh!
Someone called it in chat!
Oh my... They have missed 3 in a row! This is unbelievable.
Sustain called it in chat that a blocked extra point. 4th down and 25. 1-point game. Fires to a crowd. No one there, and it's swatted down.
Well, number 50, Atlanta had probably jumped 2 seconds before the ball arrived. After that, no chance. They need to stop.
1st down and 15. Incomplete. Seems like a miscue. At the Atlanta 25 after the 4th down and 25. Got to watch out. Almost sacked. Big hit. 12-yard gain. 3rd down.
I'm shocked that wasn't a fumble. He ran right into that hit stick.
CSX,
here we go.
This is really feeling like the game that we called 2 short days ago. Feels like the same
VC
situation.
play here. Atlanta pressed up.
3rd down and 3. Looking. Fires. No one back there. Oh, he still made the grab.
He tried to swat it and he missed it. It's Lawton again. Unbelievable. I mean, he has been everywhere. This is a crucial extra point. And he makes it.
8-point game. I feel like that's kind of a blessing in disguise for Atlanta because that'll allow you to go for 2. And I would much rather in this game trust my 2-point unit compared to my field goal unit. But both sides, or my offense and special teams have been playing terrible. CSX. Gonna get a return. Dives across the 30.
I would much rather have Dream have a snap from the 2-yard line to tie the game versus the ball being placed down and kicked. At this point in this game.
4 minutes left in the 4th. Dreams has to have a score on this drive. Perfectly placed ball along the sideline for a 29-yard gain.
Nice catch.
3:50 in the 4th. Fires short cut 12-yard gain. 2nd down and 3. Looking, fires, that is cut. Out of bounds, 6-yard gain, 1st down.
1st down at the 5 here.
1st down and 15, incomplete.
I would say do that again. I think that works. Boise pressed up again. I like the decision and may have that quick pass. I think it works.
2nd down, 15. Halfway through the 4th. Dreams gonna fire. End zone. Overthrown again.
I think Dream is so worried about underthrowing it that he just keeps overthrowing it. I know that I just think that guy's covered too well.
3rd.
I mean, can't blame it all. I think this has been really good defense by Boise.
3rd down and 15. Looking, Dreams, comeback route did not get to the 1st down marker, so a 4th down upcoming.
It's a long one, 4th and 6. One-on-one on the outside, defense pressed.
CSX has felt like Atlanta on these 4th down and 6. They've gone to the out route on the right side. Watch out for that. He's going to roll left initially. They showed 3. They're going to rush 3. Fires. Goes to that right side. 7-yard gain. 1st and goal.
Wow, almost a sack. 16 was blocking. Guy gets around him.
Screen. Dives in. Touchdown Atlanta, but they have to get the 2-point.
That's a great play. Perfect play. Get 2-3 guys to block to the left side. Perfect screen pass. And here we go. You got everyone lining up to the left.
It is caught. Did not turn the corner. He did not get there.
I like the play. And I know they didn't get it. I like the play. It worked last time. Maybe staying a little closer to the end zone, but here we go. They got to get this. 0 for 1 in the game. On 4th down, 25s.
Atlanta today has only converted 1 extra point, including 2-point conversions and field goals. Fires! Caught! 32-yard gain! Everything has gone wrong for Atlanta besides that!
He kind of comes out of nowhere. He's guarded pretty well, and he just attacks the ball. What a receiver should do.
Coming up on 2 minutes left in the game. With the ball in Dream's hands. 2 seconds left on the play clock before he gets it off. It's a 2-point game. Fires out route on that right side again. That is cut out of bounds.
Now the question is, what do you want to do with the clock? Your field goal kicker can't make a kick.
Pump fakes and looks right. Gonna fire that out route again. Has a 6-yard gain. That will be short of the 1st down.
I would take a deep shot right here.
I would too, because if you think about it, 4th down an inch, that's not that hard to convert. But we'll have to see. He has the middle of the field if he wants it. Does not go that way. Instead, he's going to play for the 1st down, and it's incomplete.
Hit the down marker. Here we go.
4th down and 1, practically with the game on the line. Dreams gonna look to throw. He has nothing open. He's gonna fire middle of the field. Finally has a man come free and has a 1st down.
I mean, he has no blocks. He's just running back, hoping for someone to get open. And now, they look like they're going to take this down to that 1-minute warning, maybe. Do they take a snap?
They do before the 1-minute warning. Dreams looking, fires, short, cut. Gonna just get yards, stay in bounds, 1-minute warning.
Oh, now the question. You can try for that game-winning field goal, but you know you have a kicker.
Oh, we had a timeout called by Boise.
Wait, still have a timeout?
They wasted their timeout. That was the 1-minute warning.
I'm curious to see what Atlanta does here.
2nd down and 10. Looking right. Dreams trying to find something. Gonna fire into the end zone. Incomplete. 3rd down.
We got a player offside.
They're gonna have to new play it. And they will.
Here we go.
4 down territory, it feels like CSX for the rest of the game with how the field goals have been. Looking. Dreams. Has to make magic on 3rd down. Gonna fire short. Incomplete. 4th down upcoming. And a risky decision.
Kick it.
Not going to.
I'm kicking the field goal.
Atlanta and their offense say they do not trust their kicker. Instead, gonna put it in the hands of Dreams. Trying to make a play. The ball is free. Boise has it at midfield.
Kick the field goal. You got a guy that can't block. He gets run backwards. He has no help. And now it's not over. They still get all 3 timeouts. What a defensive play for Boise. They have played an amazing defensive game. Wow.
Looking with 25 seconds. A 1st down ices it. He might just have it. He does. X Factor will seal the game. Does not look like they're going to use a timeout. For some reason, Falcons just going to hike it. And look, maybe wasting all the clock out. Goes out of bounds with 2 seconds. So barring a pick 6, this game is over. Just going to throw it out the back of the end zone. It's over. Boise gets it done. It will not be another Legendary Bowl appearance for Atlanta. Boise will face Bloop in the Legendary Bowl 51.
What a game. MVP of the game has got to be Lawton. You know the game was rough when the best kicker was 2 for 4. It was the field goals. It cost Atlanta tonight, and it cost them a trip to the Legendary Bowl. Now the question, they're asking, are they going to challenge? Let's talk about the Legendary Bowl real quick. Indianapolis, which is one of the hottest teams coming into this game. They're a high seed. They're running on a Cinderella run. The 19 seed against the 5. What a final. That is going to be a great game.
It is. Let's talk about it for a little bit. You know, we had Bloop on the other day. Or we had Bloop's game the other day, CSX. It was a great one. Came down to a nail biter with San Fran. With what we saw today from Boise's defense, what is the keys going into Legendary Bowl 50 for just generally for Boise and Indianapolis? We both actually broadcast the game together for both these teams now.
The only thing is Boise their defense was so good tonight over the top. That is going to be the question. Can they shut down Indianapolis? Indianapolis is a sneaky, pesky team. They can beat you low. They can beat you deep. Why they are here is because of that defense. And I mean, they're a 19 seed, played a Final Four game against Omaha, and won 42-17. They forced 3 turnovers and made the opposing quarterback throw for 359 yards, 53% passing. 3 interceptions. That is absolutely insane for an LFG quarterback in a Final Four game. The game was just finalized, by the way, confirmed tonight. The story will be the field goal kicking. They don't show that in the final stat line, but it was a rough night. It looks like they're gone now, but it's gonna be a rough off season for Atlanta. That was a game Atlanta should have won, but for Atlanta, it's not on one player. You can't sit here and say it's Dream's fault because it's not. He made some plays in the clutch when he needed to. He missed some plays in the clutch when he needed to. But this was a team game that Atlanta lost. They didn't play good. They had too many mistakes. So Boise, the deserving team to win with great defense, and that's why they get out of here with a 2-point victory tonight.
You know, CSX, this game felt like, as I kind of just admire and rethink on this game, the O-line play, I mean, like you said, you can't just blame it on Dreams. I feel like the O-line's also got to play better in this type of game if you're Atlanta.
Definitely. Going back to that final drive, I mean, you got to kick the field goal. I'm sorry. I know but let's go. We got to go back to the final plays before that. Your offense wasn't moving down the field. I'm going to pull it up right now. So, you got the 1-minute warning. All right, so you got first down and 15. 53 seconds. You get a gain of 5. So, let's start at the second down and 10 play. Dream, he's just dropping back. I mean, he has no help. It's a 2-man rush with no block, so he's just got to throw something up, and he just overthrew it again because nothing is open. Boise has a really good defense. 3rd and 10, of course, missing the throw along the sideline. Another overthrow. He has so much pressure coming after him. And of course, the fumble doesn't matter because that was a 4th down. But I mean, nothing's open and he has no help. He's dropping back he's just running backwards. And there's no one to help block. And the guy who disengaged off the block is not open. Nothing you can do there. But Dream also should have made some throws tonight. This was a tough loss for Atlanta.
CSX, I'm going to pop up the final play, or the last main play real fast on the main screen. If you just want to go over the 4th down and inches play, hold on, let me get this up.
No.
Where the chat can
Y'all can't see what I'm talking about. Apologize.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it up right now. At least the 4th down and inches play to end the game, or was it 4th and inches? It was some type of 4th down and 10. My correction. The 4th and inches was
yes,
right
4th and 10. They started first down 10, took it to the 1-minute warning, got a gain of 5. Probably the worst sequence of plays if you want to pull it up.
Yeah, of course I can't block out the ad. All right, so here's the 4th down and 10 play.
Just watch. You're gonna have a guy. I'm pretty sure it's 26, maybe 16. You're gonna start on an initial block. 16's gonna jump off. He'll run to the side. I mean, that's just perfect defense. He's perfectly picked up. That might be the read. Maybe go back a little bit. Take one more look. He's perfectly picked up. No one's open. I mean, there's nothing on that play. That play was doomed from the start. Winding the clip up here. Boise, their press defense at the end of the game was a really good one, but you might have had the back. I don't know if you see that back in the end zone might have been open there for Dream at the final play. I'm just seeing that now. Yeah. What do you think, TK?
Yeah,
looks like the back middle.
Let's see from before he fumbles though. Let's make sure that the dude didn't get open. So he pump fakes. Doesn't have no one really bite. Besides, he has 67 jump in the air. Let's look. Yeah, he has that back open CSX. He has two dudes.
Back right on the middle. On the middle. Oh, he had the game winner. The whole end zone was wide open, and he just didn't see it because he didn't have time.
Well, CSX, I think he was throwing back there, but he didn't see it in time. The pressure had got to him before he could get the ball off, because if I'm really looking at where the projection of the ball's going, it's going straight to the back of the end zone.
Well, like I said, it's going to be this is a tough loss. But you didn't play good tonight. Boise was the better team wins.
Well, that'll wrap up our coverage of Season 51 on RSC. For TK, Mitch, CSX, and the whole RSC crew. From Auburn, Alabama, we'll see you in Season 52.